Okay, take a look at your screen. Those smiling faces are just a few of the patients Dr. Bao Tai DC and his team have been able to help over the years at Advanced Nerve and Health DFW. He says if you call them about your peripheral neuropathy, you could be the next person they help. And today he joins me to answer the top 5 questions people have asked him over the years. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to see you.
Yeah, happy to be here.
As always. Yeah. So, Dr. Tai, patients have said their neuropathy bothers them mostly at night. So I'm curious, why is that?
So, a lot of times people don't understand that you have this nerve problem, right? So you have a problem in the nerves in your feet or your hands, and that's why it's called peripheral neuropathy. Well, what happens is this nerve controls motor and sensory, which is movement and feeling. So it's constantly detecting things. It's constantly detecting, it's like a sensor in the car. It's trying to figure out what's going on. Well, throughout the day, you're constantly occupied. You're walking, you're talking to people, you're doing things, you're at work, your brain is constantly occupied. But the minute you lay down in bed, now your body goes into triage mode and it says, okay, what's wrong? Why is that sensor not working anymore? And so now it starts to tell the brain that, look, ding, 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 you have a nerve problem. It doesn't know what to do. So it starts to transmit itself as numbness and tingling and burning and pain and all these things, to where now if you're trying to sleep, you can't. And if you don't get a good night's sleep, what happens is your body can't repair the damage that's been done. Now it starts a whole cascading set of events, and people are just miserable all day long.
It snowballs.
Yeah.
So, okay, the number 2 question you say you get is why you say that neuropathy gets worse without treatment.
So when we look at the whole aging process, right, as time goes by, our bodies become less efficient at actually repairing the damage that's been done. So when you look at neuropathies, what happens is you have these cells called neural cells, and these cells are responsible for repairing the damage that's been done. Well, as we age, that process becomes very, very inefficient. So when you look at a nerve, right, a nerve grows like 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters a day at the most, if that at all. And so over time, if the damage has been done and your body can't repair it and it's less efficient because of age, it again snowballs to the point where now nothing happens, and instead of getting better, it just gets worse and worse and worse as that nerve tries to function and it can't.
Okay, number 3, you've mentioned before that many people are prescribed medications for neuropathy. What do those medications actually do?
So these medications help you get by, okay? So I always want my patients to have a better quality of life. I want them to feel good, and they have to be able to do the things that they want to do, right? So these medications are only designed to tell the brain that the problem isn't there. It actually has 0 nerve rebuilding properties. And that's why when you look at a patient who has neuropathy, when it sets and they're on medications, they actually never get well. They think they do, but they don't.
Wow.
And the problem is that when you have a nerve that helps you move and walk and do the things and it doesn't work anymore, well, now your quality of life just starts going down the drain.
So number 4 question, can nerves regenerate and repair themselves?
Absolutely, right? Again, your nerves know what to do except for they're very inefficient. So now if you can create an environment, if you can give that nerve everything it needs, from oxygenation to proteins to a lot of different things, well, now what happens is that nerve will respond. So as long as you're able to do that, and now you're also addressing the root causes of the problem, nerves can regenerate, they can repair, and neuropathy can be helped.
Okay, so number 5 is how does your treatment process work?
Yeah, so it's really simple. The first thing is we evaluate and educate. So education means that we now will educate you on what the root cause of the problem is, why you have this problem, and really start listening to you and figure out what's going on. Evaluation, how bad is the problem? What are all the things in your life that's going to make it worse? How are the medications affecting your problem? These are all very, very important things. Next is testing. There's a very, very simple test that we can do in the office to see if we can actually change that nerve. And a lot of times if we can, well, now we can actually figure out a treatment plan that takes you from now having neuropathy, like a lot of our patients, to not, and or improve greatly to where it doesn't bother you all. And you really have nothing to lose at that point, because you know it's going to get worse if you do nothing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tai. Love seeing you, love what you do. Advanced Nerve and Health has a new special offer for our viewers. The first 17 callers only to call 469-557-2427 will get a copy of Dr. Tai's Neuropathy Getting on Your Nerves book, an in-office consultation to educate and evaluate your neuropathy, and a diagnostic test to determine what can be done. It's valued at $399, but the first 17 callers callers get that for only $37. Advanced Nerve and Health DFW has offices in Dallas and Houston. Visit fixthenerve.com or call 469-557-2427 for more information.